Well, according to a recent study, only 41% of pet owners reported taking their pet to the vet last year and following through with the recommended care. Of those who reported declining pet care, 2/3 said it was because of financial barriers. Joining us this morning is author and veterinary critical care specialist, Dr. Marie Holowaychuk. Thanks so much for being here. We've got your book here. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's talk about these rising vet bills. Why are they rising?
I think there's many factors. There's inflation, of course, that is impacting all prices across all industries. And of course, we've had a big rise in demand for veterinary care. A lot of people adopted pets during the pandemic, and people are loving their pets more than ever before. So that comes with wanting to give them the best care, which means trips to the veterinarian. And with that rising demand and unfortunately a lower supply, we've had a shortage of veterinarians across Canada, especially in our rural areas for a few years now. So that high demand and the low supply is also going to increase prices as well.
So can anything be done at this point?
Well, I think it's really important for pet owners to consider that cost of care when they adopt an animal or when they purchase an animal. So in terms of preparing for those costs, there's certainly pet insurance that can be very, very helpful. We know that pet insurance is especially great for accidents, injuries, even some diseases that can be diagnosed during their lifetime. So important to get that early on so that there's coverage for those conditions as the pet grows up. There's also wellness plans that people can talk to their vets about. Some veterinary practices offer plans that are paid on a monthly basis or annual basis, and they cover maintenance care, vaccines, checkups, and other things that might come up over the year. So that can give families a little bit more of a predictable payout for what their pet might need.
Okay, now you talked about a shortage of vets as well. Can you talk to us about what's leading to that issue?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that there are certainly, with that rising cost and of course, with the rising demand for vets and the large number of veterinarians that are retiring. You know, we've got all of our boomers that have been retiring over the years. We just haven't quite kept up with that demand. And veterinary schools across Canada are increasing their numbers to try to meet that. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of veterinarians which have left the profession as well. Some due to burnout, some because they've just opted to scale back their hours because it has been so busy and it has been so stressful over the last few years. So there's many different factors at play.
Now, this brings us to your book, Compassionate Calling. What would readers expect as they pick this up?
So this book is intended to really give that behind-the-scenes look at what veterinary medicine is all about, what veterinarians experience on a regular basis. I think sometimes there's this impression that our jobs are amazing with puppies and kittens all day, and there's some big challenges amidst the joys of the work that we do. So they're going to get to understand the journey of a veterinarian. Like I said, all the things they experience in their day-to-day work and what the future holds. So what we're going to hope to do about these shortages and all of the changes that we're seeing in the veterinary industry today.
Well, it certainly is important work to a lot of people out there. Marie, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate your insight, and congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
It's available now. For more information, you can visit marieholowaychuk.com.